It's your world champions versus your Valencia champions. Reciprocity against Team Vitality. And it's game one, and it's K-Dot. But what a save from Fruity.
Fruity's been the man of the moment today. Everything that has been going well for Reciprocity has been happening through him. You know, they lost TSM on stream earlier. Fruity was the best player for Reciprocity by an absolute mile. So they'll be looking at him to keep that up. And they're also looking to a little man on the left-hand side of the stage to try and step up and start playing as well as we know he can.
It's been a quiet day from Chaussette overall, but the fact that they've still made it to this level with Chaussette not really at his best is a true testament to the talent he's got around him. As you did mention, Fruity having one of the better days that we've seen from him, really stepping into the shoes that have been left a little bit vacant by Chaussette. We do see now Reciprocity getting some offensive time.
Oh, look at that. So we've actually got Scrub and K-Dot back in the Octanes. They're both playing Mudcat for the G2 series. No more.
I spoke to Gregan before this. That was a Gregan decision.
Oh, really?
To move them back over. So coaches already coming into effect. Now Scrub Killer off the backboard. It's going to be followed up from K-Dot, and what a save that is from Chaussette. Almost dropped straight down. Fantastic offensive momentum, but nothing to break past the Reciprocity defense.
Great stuff from Chaussette. Seems like there's lots of rivalries on the line here with two French players on each team. They are, of course, very good friends and so accomplices in ranked, always getting to the very highest ratings possible in 2v2 together or against each other. So if there's anyone that you don't want to lose to and be eliminated from the tournament, it would be your opponents in this matchup.
Pretty much what EU Rocket League has turned into. It's not EU, it's...
Oh my goodness, that was the fastest aerial I've ever seen from Very Peak just slaps him into the ceiling.
EU is pretty much these days French players and friends.
Yeah, pretty much. They're all combined, 10,000 rating in this lobby. There's no rating on the line here. That's a tournament life. So far, it's been the majority for Vitality, and that's a miss from Farah, but it's not punished from Vitality. Nobody actually reading it. Ball's been in the Reciprocity end for the majority of this game, and it's going to be a problem for them. I think Vitality, they're just that kind of team that if you give them the space to dominate you, they just get better and better.
Now Chaussette can't quite find a way past K-Dot, but Farah moving in very quickly. Would have liked to have picked up the boost on his way through to the wall. Didn't quite get the first touch to enable him to do it, and we transition to the orange side. Very challenge heavy so far from Vitality, and it might result in an opportunity. Oh. What a pass off from Fairy Peak, follows it up afterwards. Fairy playing unreal.
Yeah, it's great stuff from Fairy. And all the best teams today have had a French Fennec. He's decided to take that upon himself. And he did well to go snipe Scrub blind to his left. Great communication from the Vitality boys.
Fairy's got so many cars in his arsenal as well. We've seen it a lot, especially during 1v1s. He'll switch an awful lot.
Oh yeah. Knowing the benefits of every switch as well. He identifies the changes in his own playstyle every car change will bring.
Chaussette by himself against Fairy Peak.
Probably the worst player to be facing when you're coming at an opponent in a dribble.
Between Fairy Peak and Flakes, the dribble gameplay might not work quite so well. Farah trying to move forward, bounces off the side, and Fruity's going to be second best, the Scrub Killer, but still has decent offensive momentum for his team. Going to drop down, Chaussette, going to try and sneak it through, but couldn't make the contact required.
Lots of respect from Vitality, a little pre-jump save attempt coming in. No pass from Reciprocity. They've got options, but they've so far not been taking them.
Backboard again. Just over a minute remaining here. Team Vitality currently on the better side of this. As Fairy Peak for quite a deft touch to drop that one low enough. Reciprocity still looking for their first major opportunity in this series. Scrub Killer to a K-Dot who was awaiting a Chaussette challenge. Seemed like they were both willing to go for that. Running out of time here.
Again, only 40 seconds and change left for Reciprocity. They've been quiet. Chaussette has been quiet. And unless they start to get more lively, I really don't see them causing any problems for Vitality, because this is not how you beat Vitality. You beat Vitality just like G2 did earlier, by popping off, making all kinds of highly mechanical plays. If you just play a quiet series, it is not going to work. That's another miss for Farah. He needs to get his head in the game here.
As we saw earlier on, there was a very quiet series when they were taking on TSM. They were just sort of trading blows all the time. Vitality, though, they don't trade blows. They'll just take 3 shots in a row and don't really believe in giving you any chance afterwards.
It's poor end to the game here for Reciprocity. They could not get the ball clear even. Many touches on the ball, being under hit. That's allowing Vitality quite a lot of breathing room, and they avoid any scare at the end of game number 1. K-Dop's almost saying that's more like it with his body language there. I think this is how they want to be playing. They want to be in control. That's how they win games. That's how they've won RLCS Season 7 just a few months ago.
So many personalities on both teams, really. Farah, actually, a player that you wouldn't really have said that about, like even back in Season 4 of the RLCS, but he's been a lot louder, a lot livelier in the most recent year. For this team, there's a lot of voices.
A lot of talking right now over to Vitality, which has got to be a good thing. Look at this pass up from Fairy. That's just brilliant. From the man that Vitality are looking to carry them. Because I think Fairy Peak was the one who, for me, when they won RLCS Season 7, he was probably my tournament MVP and also the player that impressed me the most, because I've seen him had a couple of quiet RLCS lands before that. So to see him play that well, MVP status, that's what they're looking for. That's what they need in this tournament as well.
Fairy Peak's definitely been, for a lot of us, one of the most frustrating players to sort of keep up with, because if you're a casual player, you hear us sort of coming all the time just saying, Fairy Peak can do this, Fairy Peak can do that.
One of the best in the world, perhaps, but
and
not
then he
actually
wouldn't show it.
Not putting results up, indeed. A lot of people, in fact, called him one of the best players never to win an RLCS. Well, now he's won one, but the results before that really weren't there, and obviously with K-Dop joining the roster, that changed pretty quickly. And this matchup continues to look pretty good for them. Reciprocity having problems, and they continue to have problems. It's a great hit from Scrub, but not a good idea from Reciprocity to all push up together this far forward. Quick offload from K-Dop. Scrub killer with the boomer. 1-0.
It's very smart as well from K-Dop, because if you're a defending player, the greatest get out of jail free card if you're a defending position is those half volleys. You're always going to get it down to the other side of the field. And K-Dop, rather than trying to solo play it, just sets up his teammate for that half volley.
A little pass in defense. I mean, it wrong-footed everybody on Reciprocity. They weren't able to recover from it. I know when I asked Farah, who does he think they're the best team in Europe after coming second at Beyond the Summit, after winning DreamHack Valencia back-to-back majors, but they outperform all the other European competition. He said no, not yet, because they can't beat Vitality. So this is got to be getting inside their head a little bit. They know Vitality have their number every time they played recently. And of course, I don't know if there's other games behind the scenes, practice matches that are not going well. There may well be. It's looking like Vitality have definitely got inside Reciprocity's heads, and we've seen very quiet Chaussette, very quiet Farah already.
Yeah, Fruity's typically been the player trying to get things going so far. He's going to need a lot more help if he's going to get anything from this. Vitality up by 1 goal yet again, and last time we saw this, Reciprocity really struggled to get any sort of goal scoring opportunities for themselves. I'm going to see Fruity trying to push to the corner, but how much assistance does he have on his team? Chaussette get any contact at all. It's going to allow Scrub Killer to offload to Fairy Peak. And there we go, Reciprocity, again, they just can't hold onto any sort of offensive momentum.
Well, the solo plays just aren't there. You look at G2's win against Vitality earlier, there were solo plays all over the place. Brilliant touches, like great shooting from all 3 players, and the passing as well. There was 3-man passing plays all over the place. Reciprocity, 0 creativity. Unless they can start to mix things up, Vitality are just going to have a routine win.
Fruity. Farah's now got some boost here, but too late. Fairy Peak is already up in the air. Chaussette again, slow plays off the backboard. Fairy Peak will gobble that one up and get rid of it. Not very direct so far from Reciprocity. K-Dop reads it well, got onto the hood, but Chaussette barrels through there. Still a half the game remaining. Reciprocity still looking for their first goal of this series.
There's another pass, just wayward, not connecting from Reciprocity. It's the right idea, but the execution failed once again.
Good clear. Once again, Vitality Vitality just own 2/3 of this field. The rest of it is barely owned by Reciprocity. Now, Scrubkiller looking for a setup, looking for that second goal for his team. Now shot set, opportunity to try and play this, but zero boost, going to make life very difficult, especially with the ball trying to run away from him. 2 minutes on the clock. Reciprocity haven't made a single chance yet.
Yeah, they really haven't done enough, and they need to start soon because this time is going to disappear extremely fast if you're a Reciprocity player. 1-goal games, they always seem to disappear the fastest.
Gonna bounce out, very peak. Oh, he was so quick and managed to convince Reciprocity that he was going to at least make contact. Now Fruity delays his next flick, but no real power and 3 Vitality players on the goal line.
This looks vulnerable for Vitality, though. Not the best positioning for all 3 of them. Scrubkill is going to reverse back into net to get a better view of what was happening, but there was a moment of weakness there. The backboard looking vulnerable. K-Dop only able to reverse up onto it. Vitality historically have been one of the teams with a weaker backboard defense.
It's certainly been a trade-off for them to push that line downfield a little bit more. It's going to be K-Dop. Free would have loved to have landed on it. Instead, K-Dop to make it 2. Shot set in the way. 1 minute left now. 9 minutes played. No Reciprocity goals. I knew it was going to happen eventually. I'm kind of surprised we got this far.
It's a very good try. I mean,
Reciprocity.
When you call your org Reciprocity, it's going to happen at some point. It's a pretty difficult word to say.
I think Reciprocity would prefer to get a goal at some point. 30 seconds now, and
here's a chance, a real chance. There's a demo, it's open, but no pass connecting. Ferro was waiting in the middle. It would have been wide open if the infield pass was sent the right direction, but it just wasn't.
Fruity sees the clock, 15 seconds. Nice flick, but I do like that from K-Dop. Realized he couldn't get the ball, so took out Fruity himself.
It's 10 seconds now. Reciprocity have yet to score in 2 games against Vitality, the team that they're scared of the most in Europe. But there's a shot from Fruity, and with 1 second left in the game, they finally decide to score.
And if Reciprocity do make it to top 8, Fruity's name is going to be the main reason why. But they've got to convert this now. They've got to take this 1 goal that they waited nearly 10 minutes for and make it into a game win.
Yeah, this has to be a win for Reciprocity. If they lose this game, all that adrenaline that's just come from an equalizer so late in the game will be gone. That momentum swing is going to go right back against them even harder. Vitality in defense for the majority of the last few minutes. It wasn't the case for the start of this series. Let's see if Reciprocity can keep them there.
Very peak. The backboard. Over to K-Dop, who is too far forward to really get any power before that pan shot. Good pinch from Chaussette, who can follow. Very peak. Taps to the side. It's going to be Ferry. Should have an option for Fruity. If he can get it over to him. Looks for the drop down, but K-Dop sees that one away.
Very big discount. Get in the way, trying to interfere as much as he can. No, he's out of the game briefly. He knows he can make a run on and get back into it. Look at the pass from just there, Fruity. That's one way to clear the ball. Vitality are posturing for a shot on goal. Where's it going to come from? There it is, but well cleared by Fruity, who continues to impress.
Chaussette trying to hide behind, and it does work.
That's genius. The transparent goalpost only works if you're inside, so that's such a good idea for Chaussette. They may not have even known he was there.
Very strong idea, but they now need a strong clear. Fruity, good block. Keeps it close to the wall as well. It's going to make life very hard for Vitality if they want to try and create a goal from this. Now Chaussette from the ceiling. Ferro's over in support, but it was running away from both of them. And now Fruity's by himself against a scrub killer. And a scrub killer who wanted that first touch to be a little bit lighter so he could force the challenge.
Now Scrub's actually put the ball past K-Dop. That's not what he was trying to do. This is very awkward. When nobody's near post for Reciprocity, that was going to be a tap-in. If somebody was just following Fruity, they had 2 people as well. They could have sent one right, one left. They just stayed in the middle with both of them. Now actually awkward for Farah, but very big. Certainly back passes. Chaussette's going to have to do a bit of defending.
Well, if there's any team that's got OT experience right now, it is Reciprocity, coming into this series after playing 5 of them
in a row.
Against Complexity. And they weren't short. Let's put it like that. Here's Scrub Killer. Tries to put it behind Farah, but it's only as far as K-Dop. But if you want anyone to take this shot, Chaussette
He's woken up. Chaussette looking like his Valencia form all of a sudden. That is what you want to see from him. Reciprocity, you still need one more goal, and it doesn't look like it's going to come anytime soon because Vitality continue to press.
2.5 minutes played. Vitality with the better opportunities. Here's Chaussette. Try to drop it down. Fruity's going to be way too late. Scrub killer to Ferry. No real chance of following it up, but Ferry does not look comfortable. Will pop that out, back out again, over to the corner. And Chaussette gives a little bit of breathing room to his teammates, and now the Ferrer for Chaussette one more time, and he doesn't hit it well enough.
Fruity's gone really far back. He's under some pressure from Scrub, and that's actually forced Fruity wide, but so does the shot. Almost 3 minutes now into OT. Reciprocity have had a couple of scares. They're still in this game.
Chaussette for Ferrer. Tries to get it in. Kadop taps it to the side. And it was a nervy situation, but Kadop played it so calmly.
He's done well, just slowing down the ball, keeping it in the corner. Suddenly a game that was so tight and so boxed in. It's completely end-to-end and spread out. Both teams getting the fair share of chances.
Ferrer on the wall. Chaussette over in support as well. Will drop down to the Frenchman. It's all the way back out. Fruity would love to run onto it, but a retreating defender will mean that they can get it away. And now Vitality have transitioned. They've got all 3 players up, and they've got Scrub Killer as a potential target man. Instead, Scrub will be forced to move back into a holding position.
Quite congested though, Vitality. You see them all on the one side of the field there. If the ball does go high or across the goal, no one's going to reach it. I'd love to see them spread out a little bit more when they're following up an attack.
Chaussette has to get it away. He has got so many blue cars around him. Get up to that wall again. A few times now Vitality have actually been able to try and set up there, but that is a double commit. That is an opportunity now for Scrub Killer and Kadop to maybe come together. Scrub tries to go by himself. Didn't get the pop he needed.
Chaussette with a key challenge, nice and fast. Now this is a double opportunity. Ferrer's not going to get it, but Chaussette will. And it's actually a bad save from Kadop, but no one able to punish for Reciprocity. Scrub Killer attacking. Kadop flying in front. Bounces off the bar and goes back into the middle for Ferry.
He's going to drop down for Fruity. Pops it over top. Scrub tried to rotate back around. He might have been caught out.
Not a good clear.
A bit higher. Chaussette, bottom corner. And Scrub Killer parries it away.
So many chances for both teams, but nobody able to take one just yet. Almost into double game time. More impressed with the way that Reciprocity are spreading out in attack. They're giving themselves more options, but they're not very clinical as of yet.
A day of long overtime. We are just about to hit 5 more minutes of it. Double demo. Fruity and Chaussette both out. They'll respawn back in defense, which is where they'll be required. That is not a great clear from Fruity. Scrub taps, tries to reset, and Ferrer times that challenge to perfection.
It's ideal from Ferrer. Can he do any more? A lot of boost to play with as he centers the ball. Still anyone's game here. Looking for that moment of class. We saw it earlier several times from Alpha 54 of TSM. When someone needs a goal, it would be him that shows up, but it's Fruity! Again! Still! Showing up again and again for Reciprocity. He scored the equalizer. He scores the overtime winner. We are all tied up.
He's having the tournament of his life. And I said earlier on it was the French and friends. Fruity disagrees.
Yeah, Fruity wanting to show that there's still one great Dane at the top of the Rocket League scene. Wow, what a game. I mean, that was literally 1 second away from a Vitality 2-0 lead with Reciprocity scoring no goals. And now, what a different situation we find ourselves in. We're all tied up, and Fruity is apparently popping off.
I mean, imagine how different the conversations we're having right now are, because if that 1 second does tick down, we're currently sat here talking about how Reciprocity can't score, and they're on their way to being perfect swept. Now, they've turned it around, and we've got ourselves a real series.
That's such a good double touch by Fruity as well. It came out of nowhere. You'd never expect a goal like that in such a long overtime, where teams are finding success clearing the ball and keeping the ball out of their net. Then all of a sudden, backboard, as I said earlier, open for Fruity to exploit.
He did it against TSM as well. Exactly in overtime. He has been captain clutch over on Reciprocity. And well, we've had 3 games worth of gameplay, but this is game 3 itself. Going up to Manfield Knight. Winner of this one goes to match point. This is huge.
As I was saying last game, Reciprocity have finished the deal. They got the win there, so momentum is heavily on their side. Looks like momentum is also heavily on Ferra's side. They're bringing him down to earth again. Had a quiet start to the series, and now he's starting to be a bit more consistent. That's what Reciprocity need. They don't need 3 players popping off. They've shown us that in multiple events in a row. One will do, but the other 2 have got to at least be playing consistently for them to have any chance.
K-Dop with a lovely booming clear as well, but as far as Chausette's first touches have been laying him down today.
Very unusual. That's one of his strengths, the thing that we always expect him to do well.
I would almost like to see him just pop back over to the booming clears for a little while, just so it doesn't feel like he's getting bad touch after bad touch after bad touch. At least he can come back to it with a friendly mindset. Yeah,
it's true. I mean, if the first touches aren't working, if the dribbling plays aren't working, it's got to be some sort of switch up. There's no point continuing to try. I mean, obviously, Chausette would love to pop off and just solo carry a game. I mean, honestly, he's doing just fine. That's save. On K-Dop's shot.
Fruity, I guess.
Yeah, like Fruity's doing enough in offense, and he continues to do enough in offense. It would seem great save by Scrub. Chausette, I would love to see him just playing the defensive role. His goal line saves is something else that he's so well known for.
Well, on the walls that we do use over on Montreal 9, might be a little bit harder for Chausette to hide. A little bit less room where it's completely invisible.
Yeah, this is one of the ones where you can't see through from the outside. I did love that little hide-and-seek play in the near post. The solid wall, that's all you're going to see if you're Vitality attacking.
One of the more creative plays that I haven't seen utilised at top-level play before.
But I've never heard it talked about which maps can you actually do that on and be completely hidden, because some of them you can, some of them you can't. This is one of the ones where you can't. Set into the middle, Farah's there, but so is Scrubkilla. That's a nice passing play from K-Dop and Scrub, but it's shut down by Reciprocity.
I'll tell you right now, Johnny Boy, there is one place that you can't be hidden, and that is in this series. You have got to step up.
Completely exposed up there on the stage with a lot of eyes watching. They're not in the comfortable beyond the summit room anymore.
The basement, as Gibbs likes to call it.
The basement, even though it was actually
I'm fairly certain. Yeah, I was going to say, I saw some stairs going upwards.
It was upstairs basement, I suppose, but Reciprocity.
I think that's an attic.
Yeah, I guess that would be a much more applicable explanation. Here we are, all tied up. It's been very, very close ever since Vitality conceded that one goal to tie up game 2.
I mean, if we want to be really harsh right now, Vitality are coming up on 10 minutes without scoring as well.
They are, yeah. Both teams have had big droughts in this series. It's been a low-scoring series because there's been lots of chances. Some very good saves on both sides. You know, Vitality, they're well known for that as well. We talk about Chausette's goal line saves. Look at the ability to get goal side on that ball, for example. Well, Vitality are all known for that.
That's what happens with a lot of the once players as well.
It's so difficult to get the ball past, whether they be in goal or in the midfield. That's a great touch from Farah. Fruity's going to try and intercept it, but K-Dop beats him to it. Chausette just redirecting it back to his own corner. Dirty kick is there for the infield pass, and that's beautiful by Farah. What a save though by Chausette. So difficult not to overcommit there and go too far forward into the goal, but Chausette hits the sweet spot.
Yeah, Scrub actually had the right idea there. Just try and put it behind the goalkeeper. They should try and drive past you. But Chausette just was no fool in that situation.
Saw it coming.
Opportunity to try and clear, but as far as very peak.
Well, Fruity had landed that bump though. That was going to be a goal. A slow shot or not. Communication definitely there. What pass from Fruity? Farah bangs it. K-Dop saves it.
Well, that was no shot. That was no slow shot indeed. K-Dop for the pinch. It's only as far as Farah, who's challenging more and more as this series goes along. An opportunity for Chausette to tap. Fruity wants to go up, but he's beat clean by K-Dop, and Farah needs to get a booming clear, otherwise he was going to be in a lot of trouble.
Nice disruption by Fruity, just making sure that Vitality don't get an early interception on that clear. We're already inside the final minute. Still no goals. Such a nail-biting series. K-Dop on target, and that will open the scoring. And I think Scrubkilla is a little bit excited.
Still 37 seconds left in this game, Matt. But still, when K-Dop's hitting it this cleanly, not even Chausette can get there. 37 seconds.
That's the most hype I've ever seen anyone in this situation. That should be definitely the main replay at the end of the series.
Farah now to pass it back to Fruity. Infield pass. Chausette would have liked that to be a little bit nearer. 24 seconds on the clock. Reciprocity have got it all to do, but we've seen them do it before.
They got the 1 second equalizer last game. All they need is that one chance. And it's now or never. They're on the ball, trying to send it in field. Fruity's there. He chips it into the bar. It's a miss from Vitality. Chaussette slow plays it. He's coming in. Crossbar. Still there for Farah. Another 1 second equalizer. Are you kidding me?
What?
How did that go in? It somehow pinched up off the post. I don't know how that's possible. I thought surely the clock's going to hit 0. It's going to freeze on the line. We've all seen it happen, but no. It just crosses barely.
Well, lads, I hope you're ready to do it again. We've got another overtime. And I don't have the energy for any of it. At the backboard, very peaky, will clear. This is for match point, Johnny.
Vitality are already under trouble. That's an own goal! What just happened? Chaussette from the halfway line sends it up, and it's K-Dop, the 3-time world champion, accidentally rebounding it into his own net.
Wow. Well, they haven't scored any goals outside of the opening 4 minutes, 59 seconds of these games. But Reciprocity, Johnny, are on match point. They haven't taken the lead once outside of an overtime.
This is absolutely ridiculous. I've never in my life seen 2 1-second equalizers in a row for 1-1, mind you, no goals.
At this point, I need just a shot of the crowd. I need to make sure they're still alive.
This is absolutely bananas. This looked like just such a typical Vitality win. Oh, yep, K-Dop's hit the corner shot, and that's probably going to be it. There's quite a lot of energy on stage right now. I'm loving it. How on earth is this going? It's brilliant by Farah to get the ball past the goalie there. That's so good to see the pass, even on 0 seconds.
It's just confidence at this moment. This is a team that has overcome their biggest demons, their inability to get over the line, and they flipped it. They've now become the team that is nearly impossible to kill.
I mean, the thing is, I'm not even sure after watching.
Oh, they are alive, thank goodness.
They're still there, they're still with us. This K-Dop own goal, there may have even been aerial contact between himself and Fruity. He knows Fruity's going to jump up for that rebound and probably going to hit it, so K-Dop has to go. It's not a question of stay down and maybe save a shot. You're not saving a rebound from there. He has to go up. And they were so close to each other, there may have even been contact with Fruity's car that just spiraled K-Dop out of control, forcing an own goal, because I wouldn't expect him to misread that bounce and, put it in his own net. It's not something that we're going to see from K-Dop at this level.
So, 2-1 to Reciprocity. We could have anywhere between 5 more minutes of gameplay to 30, I guess.
We're probably going to see 4 minutes, 59 seconds of no goals. And then a Reciprocity goal in 1 second. It's their strategy.
I've never seen it happen twice in a row. Farah now started to get on the aerial gameplay. Fruity in field, but it was already there. Chaussette should have been waiting for a pass.
Fruity's played a great series, though. So many passes, backwards or to the side. It doesn't matter. He's been the outstanding player for this lobby. Threatening with his shots as well. Vitality on the back foot. Such a rough position for Vitality to be in. I mean, they've run into some, tough teams at various tournaments ever since the World Championship that they won. They've not been happy with the results. And you can put it down to things just not working out on the day. And, the opponents scoring 2 equalizers with 1 second remaining. It's not an easy situation for them to be in.
Well, they're going to need to try and get the first goal here and then work from there on out. K-Dop just puts it straight downfield. Only as far as Chaussette, who will be very peak in one-on-one. Decides to back out of that. I don't disagree with that decision-making.
Yeah, Ferry combining a little boost grab with a fake challenge just to make sure Chaussette would have no options to get past him.
It's going to be very peak. Looking for the ceiling double tap. Gets it down! And Farah prevents it.
Great stuff by Farah. He's doing what is required of him. Making sure no easy goals go in for Renault Vitality. K-Dop too low for the double. In comes Scrub on target. 1-0 Vitality once again.
And a little bit more of a tame reaction this time around. They know that they've got an awful lot of work to do. But again, 4 games in now, Vitality have taken the first goal in every single game. Yet somehow, someway, they're 2-1 down.
They're probably scared to score the first goal by now. They know what's going to happen.
Farah likes to
reset. He landed it. That's hype. Is that the first ever Farah flip reset in competitive Rocket League? I'm not sure.
One of Farah's more known game goals have always been from the floor. Looks like tactics fake play more than he's been. But he's slowly adding it to his repertoire.
Yeah, it's full-time Rocket League now, of course. Scary thing.
No one knew that as well until he announced it.
Yeah, just, winning majors while part-time. Vitality still in the lead. They should be good for at least another 2 minutes and 26 seconds. Reciprocity just waiting at this point. Are they actually just waiting for 1 second to hit the clock, and then they'll make their move. They'll reveal their secret plan.
They've just got a little gut punch machine that they like to unleash every single time. Shot set with another goal line save. Kate up, tries to drop it down. Very Peak desperate for that second goal, as I'm sure all of Vitality are. But it will be Fruity. Darts over the top of one challenge.
A nice little ambush by the Vitality defender coming back from behind to make sure Fruity doesn't have time to control that ball. Vitality have not played a terrible series here. Yes, they've definitely had their misplays. They've done some things wrong and they could have improved in various areas, but to be 2-1 down here is still going to be so shocking for them.
But it's going to feel like such a bit of deja vu. I was speaking to Greg earlier on, he was saying that he felt like his team was doing really well. And Scrubkiller will make it a 2-0 lead, and that is so big for his squad.
Yeah, this is huge. This is the first time that they've gone up by 2. And Scrubkiller downfield just happens to land there. And K-Dop hits the ball towards him. Deep breaths for K-Dop after that unfortunate own goal in the last game. Of course, if anybody's going to rebound from that and play well for the remainder of the series, it would be him. Reset for Chaussette. He lets loose early just because he saw the challenge coming in. That's Fruity to come in, but now it's K-Dop with a brilliant save. Shot from Very Peak goes all the way. Vitality are starting to put together a couple of good plays.
Yeah, this might now be beyond Reciprocity. I feel kind of bad saying that because I'm probably going to be wrong.
But you can't score 3 goals with 1 second left. That would not be possible. So you're fine for now.
Admin pause.
I wonder what the absolute minimum time remaining is that you can score 3 goals. I suppose you could get
3 seconds or 2 seconds.
2 seconds probably. Well, would it be 2, 3?
If you think it might,
you got perfect pinch kickoffs, but you need a little bit of help from the other team for that. And I don't think Vitality are interested in giving Reciprocity any help.
It's got to feel so much better for Vitality. I spoke to Greg earlier on. He was saying they were more frustrated because they feel like they were dominating and they weren't getting the results. And that sounds very familiar to what we saw at the opening of this series.
They've had their good performances on, 1 day of a tournament at DreamHack Valencia, which Reciprocity were able to win. They lost 3-0 to Vitality in that same tournament. So looking at Mr. Farah, so no goals for Reciprocity. It looks like they're going to be losing game number 4 and sending us into game 5. I'm not going to complain about that. Good saves in this one by Vitality. All 3 members getting involved. That's what the world champions are supposed to do.
Very peak. Scrubkiller with a pre-jump shot. Just a little bit of a relaxed offense to Vitality. They know they've got the job done. They know that we're going to go into game 5. And they've done it very, very well indeed. Johnny, 1 game.
1 game, that's all it takes.
Day 3.
Whoever wins this will progress to day 3. Whoever loses will be out of the tournament.
Very calm on the side of Reciprocity. On the other side, we've got Gregan trying to get as much information as he possibly can. I gotta say, as horrible as it's gotta be on the field, those coaches, that's gotta suck.
I mean, well, being a coach or anyone involved with an organization is just often as nerve-wracking as playing. These guys have no control. They just have to watch and wait and see if their team's gonna execute. So it's no wonder that when a goal goes in, you do get huge celebrations from these guys. Circle, is he just asking which camera do I look at right now? Trying to find his zen, it would seem.
I do actually really enjoy the little star that we see above the Vitality, because that star implies they are going to get more.
It's just the 1 win that they have right now. Just 1 world championship for now. They're looking a bit lonely, they probably want to give that star a friend. Do they get another star if they win a major, or is that just for RLCS championships?
Probably be for RLCSs, but I'm sure if they didn't win anything for like years, they'd happily like lower the expectation.
I mean, after the fight they've had to go through here, if they will manage to win this tournament, they'd certainly feel like they've won a world championship. Good start for Vitality, but Chaussette, as usual, making life difficult for them. Will they open the scoring for the 5th game in a row?
It's going to be K-Dot. This could be a good set if he got one more touch. Chaussette has actually been more effective defensively than it has been offensively. K-Dot can get there, but Farah dives across. Like he's trying to take a bullet for his team, but instead pushes that ball away. With Fruity trying to pinch.
Oh, the bump for Fruity! Very peak with his save, but Fruity did take out the other Renault Vitality defender. Chaussette, like our Champions Field announcer has informed you, continues to be a rock in defense for Reciprocity.
Now Chaussette can't get it before Fairy Peak. Fairy Peak's really starting to ramp up the pace now. As is the rest of Vitality. They want to squeeze the life out of Reciprocity. We'll go to the corner. Fruity tries to flick up. K-Dot already knew it was coming though. It's the most typical move that people go for. It's very hard to go directly upwards. The Scrub Killer doesn't have the boost, but K-Dot did. And that's forward.
So rotation back for Scrub crucially as well, because like we just said, everybody's going forward for Vitality, and look what happens when you take too long to get your team back into defense. Scrub Killer was all alone, and he didn't get the touch he was looking for. That's supposed to be a really high ball, and he's just hit it right into the Reciprocity players.
Vitality sent everything for the offense, and for the first time this series, Reciprocity have taken the first goal. As Scrub Killer would like to try and get that back as quickly as possible. 3.5 minutes on our clock. Must win for both of these teams. Still all to do for both of them.
So much energy, so much emotion has gone into this one. It will be heartbreaking whoever loses. I feel like Vitality, especially because of their lack of good results recently. Reciprocity, they've had top 2 in the last 2 majors, so I don't think it would hit them as hard. They don't really have any sympathy for Vitality in their current predicament.
The backboard, Farah can't get anything that can either be on target or towards Chaussette on the rebound.
Farah there was just thinking, I've got to get up as fast as possible, but he's not leaned back enough, so he ends up underneath the ball. It's just because Vitality are such a quick team. And Farah knows if he hesitates or takes any time too long to reach the ball, it'll be over. Oh, just like that, K-Dot scored. I saw Chaussette on the goal line. I thought Reciprocity are probably going to be fine, but too good for K-Dot. Too much power from that range. Not even Chaussette can keep him out.
Yeah, Reciprocity will really be disappointed at the double commit that did lead to that situation. We're all tied up now, 1 goal apiece. Here's Fairy Peak.
Oh, he's scary from this position. Fairy Peak.
And it's off the crossbar. That's usually Fairy Peak's just traditional goal. He almost always hits them as Farah wants to try and give it the overlay.
And Scrub Killer doesn't have much pace here. He's actually dropped the ball down onto Fairy. That's really smart. Scrub Killer actually responding very well after the misplay earlier. He's been passing fantastically, but the backboard is wide open for Chaussette, who drops it low. Surprised not to see a shot on target there for Chaussette. Vitality have really got to patch up that open backboard, because Reciprocity have scored from there before, and I'm sure they're going to continue to utilize that avenue of attack.
2 minutes left. Next goal is absolutely massive, and it's going to go towards K-Dot, who tries to flip back up to Scrub Killer. Now K-Dot. That is such an awkward bounce for him. Requires his fellow Frenchman to come in. Fairy Peak. Again, off the backboard. Farah doesn't look all that comfortable.
Oh, Chaussette though.
Good spot as Chaussette starts trying to flick. Went straight through the middle though, and that is so hard to be a defender when you do that.
Yeah, great save by K-Dot. Scrub Killer now demoed. It's open, but somehow Scrub. Actually, Fairy Peaks are able to get the save on a point-blank range shot.
Now K-Dot, unchallenged, didn't get the power he got earlier. It's going to be Fairy Peak up, but Chaussette has beaten to the ball. Fruity now, he's had such a star-making performance, lays it off, and Scrub Killer pushes it away.
Vitality being forced into the corner, but they are getting away with it. They're dodging the punches. A minute left in the game, we're all tied up. You really feel like the next goal could be the winner. Reciprocity are pushing for it.
Chaussette goes even on the challenge with Fairy Peak, who is back up again, and he's on target!
Oh!
Just pushed away one more time. Scrub Killer, he has options. He chooses to go to net.
Chaussette putting in a shift and a half in goal. Still tied up. So many clutch saves at either end.
Very Peak chooses to try and wait for the ball. It's gonna be the right decision. Scrub Killer puts Vitality ahead.
And Fairy Peak's presence keeps Chaussette away from the ball. Chaussette knew Fairy would beat him to it, so he turned away, but Fairy has left it. Scrub Killer comes behind him and makes the goal.
37 seconds left, and we've seen it before from that exact timeline. Can Reciprocity repeat history yet again? And they're gonna have to do it very soon indeed, because Ferrer is gonna have to take a lot of time on the clock just to get this ball over the line.
Vitality are set up for success. 2 times this series, they have been robbed a win in the closing seconds. In the closing second, mind you. Surely, you think it can't happen again. Lightning's already struck twice. 3 times would be preposterous.
It's going to be Fruity. Does miss the ball. Very Peak's got plenty of time, but he's got Chaussette looking at him. Tries to go for the setup. Kano does drop it down. Chaussette can't get there. Renault Vitality